Hello, Eurovision friends. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. Today we are talking about the German entry for Eurovision 2024, which is Isaak, always on the run. He won the German national final last night. And if you've been to this channel or if you've heard me say very well, you might know that I'm German. And so this is a special reaction because it's our own entry. Now, as always, I will be talking about different aspects of the song and performance, giving points from 1 to 5, and then we'll have an overall rating. I will also try to predict Germany's chances of not coming last at Eurovision this year, and then I have your votes and comments from the community tab of my channel as well. But before doing that, I also wanted to talk about the national final a little bit, because at the end, when the voting happened, which was very weird that the televoters could still vote after the jury had already given their points, when it was clear that most of the songs had no chance of winning. But anyway, there were good songs with bad stagings, very good vocal performances by almost all of them. But, you know, Marie Reim had the right genre, I think. I think we should send something like this, but the song was just so flat and the performance was kind of bad too. Vic had a very nice song and a good vocal performance, but the staging was really not working. Odine Monet was kind of middle of the road good, I think. I had it in my head this morning, but none of them really screamed at me like Lord of the Lost kind of did last year. We have to send this to have a chance at doing something that is not coming last. And so in the end, I really didn't care who won. I'm kind of okay with Isaak winning, like I would have been okay with most of the others. And that's kind of the problem already. Being okay is not what we need at Eurovision. So let's talk about the song. I want to start with the lyrics, as always. Let's have a look. He sings, "I can't break out when I'm free. Lost in my own identity. I'm on the run, 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 run." And if you've been to this channel, you know how much I like word repetitions in songs. "All I do is keep my head up, but it's hard to keep the pace. Like I'm haunted by the voices deep within. Oh, they're just never gonna fade." So it's about, I think, mental health, about the voices in your head telling you negative things, not feeling like you're good enough. And that's an interesting topic for a song, obviously, but I kind of feel like it's a bit too superficial, the lyrics. There could have been a bit more poetry to it, a bit more depth to it. Like, I heard listened to the song a few times and I never really noticed the lyrics that much. And then I can't break out when I'm free. I'm lost in my identity. Yeah, okay, but can you elaborate on that a little bit? And then the chorus is just, "I'm gonna run, 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 run." I'm always on the run, I guess, from the voices in his head, but, you know. And then the song starts with something that could be seen as premonition for what might happen at Eurovision, unfortunately. "I am nothing but the average, even though I'm special to some. I can't refuse, I'm going under. No one gives a S about what's soon to come." So yeah, I wasn't going to make a joke about that, but it kind of feels like it is predicting what will happen to Germany once again at Eurovision.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
So the lyrics have a message, but they're a bit clumsy to me in a way. And so in the end, and also they're in English, which is a bit boring. I thought we might send a song in German for once. So in the end, I'm giving 2.5 points for the lyrics. Let's talk about the voice, which I think is the best part of this entry, and maybe why he won, actually. And this might do quite well with some of the juries. He has a great, great vocal control, a lot of emotion in the voice. I like the rasp that you have a little bit, almost a growl in some places. He really sings well throughout the entire song. There's no issues with breath control or with anything. And to me personally, because this part of the video is my personal subjective opinion, this is the kind of voice that I really love and that I can really get into. And so I am giving 5 out of 5 points for his voice. Now, the performance and the artist, I think he's very humble. I think he really feels the song. You see the emotion that he puts into all of it and the drama that he infuses into it. He's really going with the vibe of the song. But in the end, it just seems a bit amateur, unfortunately. And if I imagine this in a recap in the Eurovision final, and this is right after Slimane and right before Angelina Mango or Olly Alexander or Alyona, it will just look very, very amateur and very much like an entry that no one will really remember or care about that much.
I don't feel hate, I just feel sorry.
I think there's some stuff that can be done, like he's not really looking at the camera enough, I think, and there should be more focus on him in a way, even though most of the focus was on him. I don't really know, but when I compare it to all the other artists we already have, and that's not even a third of all the artists, it's just not the same professional level as the others, unfortunately. I think he's very nice and I'm happy for him, but 2.5 points for the performance. Now, with the staging, I don't understand what they were trying to do with this. There was no storytelling. It doesn't help to understand what the song is about. There was also no amplification of the song, the structure of the song, the instrumentation. Nothing really happened. And it's not enough to make this stand out in any way. So the lighting was the only thing that was really happening, and that wasn't really helping the song. I think for the chorus, that kind of reminds me a bit of The Lion King. They could have a few backing singers coming in with him, singing with him, and then going out again, and the focus is on him during the verses. Something like that, maybe. Or just a more interesting staging. And the outfit, I know that he wants to be casual, and that's good. And again, that is something that German voters usually go for. But you can be casual and still look more put together than he did. And so in the end, I'm sorry, but I have to give 1 point for the staging. The song, I mean, this is the kind of song that I like usually. And when I listened to the German songs the first time, and I did a video on this, this was kind of my favorite. I do like the beat. I think that's good. I think it's nice how the beat changes tempo and becomes faster when it builds up to the chorus. But that's kind of the problem. It builds up and then this chorus comes that is just repetition of run, run, run away. Well, it kind of reminds me, like I said, of The Lion King, which could be a good thing, but it's not even a good part of The Lion King, unfortunately. It kind of goes through the hoops too. It repeats the same thing over and over again, this song. It's a radio pop mainstream entry and a kind of song that just will not stand out. For me personally, it's kind of okay, so I gave it 3 stars, but it's not enough to stand out on a Eurovision stage. So the song counts 3 times, the staging twice, and the rest once, and that gives us 2.5 points for Isaak and Always on the Run. Now, before telling you my prediction for Germany, please subscribe to this channel. I do rating videos like this one for almost all of the entries and also lyric interpretations, lots of stuff, you know the deal. Subscribe, please. So, this is my prediction. I'm not going to make a big fuss about it. Germany's in the Big Five, so we don't have to qualify. But everything that I've already said, it will not stand out. It will seem amateurish. If they don't change the staging, it might actually be a last place.
I'm sorry. 0 points.
If they do change the staging and make it a bit more interesting, I think we could come 20th or 19th or something like that. But the way it is at the moment, I think this is a bottom 5 entry. Again, it is not bad. It's not a bad song, but it has nothing that makes it stand out. It's kind of this middle of the road thing that everyone listens to and thinks, yeah, it's fine, it's good. But no one will pick up the phone and vote for it. This is kind of the German story at Eurovision, and I'm a bit sad that we did exactly the same thing again. And I think when we look at your votes, that kind of becomes apparent as well. Only 4% gave this 5 stars, 9% 4 stars, 45% 3 stars, 28% only 2 stars, and 14% 1 star. So if you look at this, there are 4% of people that might pick up the phone and vote for this. And most of the others don't really care. Our 3 stars is not the kind of song that you think, wow, this is amazing. I will vote for this. I will pay money to vote for this. And that is our problem, I think, for this Eurovision once again. I also have some of your comments. Let's see. Blixer says, I am disappointed. As a German, I wished that we would go for something risky or not radio popish. You and me both. Rick's song was the only one that really was just great, but other than that, I would have wished for Katze, because that was the biggest surprise and most standout of the evening. Even Naive would have been cool, but now we send some radio song again. I kind of agree. I think Katze kind of surprised me as well. Naive was okay, but as I said, I think the performance was just not good enough. And the same for Rick. The song is good, but the staging kind of killed this, I think. And also the audio mix wasn't right, unfortunately. Yeah. Cal Milligan says, might be another last place. If this isn't in the bottom 5, I'd be shocked beyond all belief. Yeah. Berat Kanbolat says, I think it is only meh, and Germany actually experienced that sending something meh doesn't save them from the last place. Yes, we know, but we did it anyway. Jens Don says he has an incredible voice and sings with a lot of passion. I certainly think he was the strongest of the male vocalists in the national final, but I don't think the song will stand out enough at Eurovision to do well. It seems a bit too generic to me. Yeah, generic, I think, is a right word to describe this song. And then 12 Terabyte says, seriously though, I actually quite like him and his song, and with his vocals, put up a good staging and you have a potential jury bait entry. A lot of stars would have to align though, like a fortunate position in the running order, though this does kind of give closing act vibes. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, maybe if we get a great staging, maybe we can hire a good choreographer, and then his voice might convince some of the jury members, I do think, but yeah, who knows? We'll see. Uyun says, it's a deserved winner. Isaak had the most steady vocals and performance of the night. The song is a bit generic and sounds similar to some other songs, but it does have radio-friendly and staging potential. Thank you for that comment. And then Costa says, solid vocals, and I can't say it's a bad song, but I'm afraid that it won't be enough. I think Always on the Run will get lost in a sea of better and more creative entries. Probably yes. And then Rose the Mask says, reminds me of some of the UK entries from the late 2010s, early 2020s. It's not a bad song, but I don't think it's strong enough to stand out against the rest of the entries so far. It might have a better chance with a memorable staging, perhaps. And then if Lord of the Lost did manage to rescue Germany from the bottom 5, Isaak most certainly won't. And then Kula says, sorry, Germany. I mean, there's no reason to apologize because we kind of did this to ourselves, right? Again. And then Monklong says, I'm not mad at it. Will it win Eurovision 2024? Most definitely not. But it's a decent attempt from Germany and I wish him all the best. But I would just love to be excited for our own entry and think that it might actually do well and might actually win. But not happening this year. Let me know in the comments what you think of the song, how you would rate it, how you predict its chances. Will it come last again? Let me know in the comments, and please subscribe, and then I'll see you for my next video. See you then, and bye-bye.